Hello student, in previous class we studied about the evaporation and about the transpiration. So let's continue the remaining part of our chapter. Our next topic is how are clouds forms. Condensation. Condensation takes an important role in the formation of clouds, and clouds are formed due to the process of condensation. So what is condensation? Condensation is the process in which the water vapor change into the water. What is evaporation? In the evaporation, water change into water vapor, and in a condensation, it will be reverse. Water vapor change into the water. So we can say the process of condensation plays an important role in the formation of cloud. When the water vapor go higher from the surface of the earth, it gets cooler. When the air moves up, it gets cooler and cooler. And at a sufficient height, the air becomes so cool that the water vapor present and it is condensed and form a tiny drop of water that is known as droplets. It is these tiny droplets that remains floating in the air and appears as a cloud. And sometimes many droplets of water becomes together and form a larger size drop of water, and some drops of water become so heavy and they begin to fall, and these falling water droplets is known as rain. So water in the form of vapor goes into air by the evaporation and transpiration and form a cloud, and then it's come back to the ground as a rain, hail or snow. And next topic is back to the ocean. How the water is come back to the ocean. So student, almost all land surface are above the level of ocean, and most of the water that fall on the land as rain and snow sooner or later goes back to the ocean. And this is happen in many ways, like snow in the mountains that melts into the water, and this water flows down the mountain in the form of streams and river. And during this the rainwater also get absorbed out of the ground and seem to disappears in the soil. Some of this water is brought back to the air by the process of evaporation and transpiration, and the rest water is seeps into the ground, and this water is known as groundwater. So groundwater is drawn by the hand pumps and tube wells. You know about this. And the loss of water in the level of groundwater when it is overused. So the area where the land has little or no vegetation, the rainwater flows away quickly because there is no vegetation. So flowing rainwater also takes the top layer of the soil away with it, and there are few areas where most of the land is covered with the concrete. So this reduces the seepage of rainwater into the ground, which ultimately affect the availability of groundwater. So student, this is the water from the ocean and the surface of the earth goes into the air as a vapor and return as a rain, hail or snow, and finally goes back to the ocean. So this circulation is known as water cycle. So student, what is water cycle? There are two processes that is take part an important role in the water cycle, that are evaporation and condensation. So the water change into the water vapor, and again the water vapor change into the water, and the water come back to the land, and this cycle is known as water cycle. Our next topic is what happen if the rain is heavily. So the time, duration and the amount of rainfall that are varies from place to place in the part of the world. So there are some places where rain only for a few days and in our country, but most of the rainfall that occurs in the monsoon season, and rains bring relief, especially after hot summer days, and the sowing of many crops that are dependent also on the rain. But the excess of rainfall may lead many problems. Heavy rains may lead to rise in the level of water in rivers, lakes and ponds, and the water then spread over large area that cause flood. And flood cause extensive damage to crops, domestic animals, and the property and human life. So the flood is during the flood, the animals that living in the water, that also get carried away with the water, and they often get trapped on a land area and die when flood water recedes. Our next topic is what happens if does not rain for a long period. If it does not rain in a region for a year or more, the soil continuously loses water by the evaporation and transpiration, since it is not being brought back by the rain, and the soil becomes dry. The level of water in ponds and wells of the region goes down, and some of them may even dry up. So the groundwater may also become scarce, and this is lead to drought. And when there is a drought, people and animal would not have enough food and water. Even there would not be any water to grow crops. So if there is rain is heavy, the flood is there. If there is no rain, the drought is there. So how can we conserve water? Student, we know that the small fraction of water is available on the earth, and is it fit for use of the plants, animals and humans. But the most of the water is found in the ocean, and it cannot be used directly. So the water available for use is very limited and is decreasing with overuse. So it is very important to we have to use water carefully. So we should take care not to waste water, and we can conserve water by the rainwater harvesting. So what is rainwater harvesting? The availability of water is to collect rainwater and store it for the later use. So collecting water in this way is known as rainwater harvesting. And the basic idea behind the rainwater harvesting is कैच वाटर वेयर इट फॉल्स. जहाँ भी हमको पानी मिले हमको वहाँ पे उसको इकट्ठा करना है. दिस प्रोसेस इज नोन एज रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग. And there are two techniques of rainwater harvesting. First is rooftop rainwater harvesting. In this system, the rainwater is collected from the rooftop to a storage tank through the pipe, and this water may contain soil from the roof and need to filtering before it is used. So instead of collecting rainwater in the tank, the pipes can go directly into a pit in the ground, and then this seep into the soil to recharge or refill the ground water. And the another method is direct rainwater harvesting. So the another option is allow water to go into the ground directly from the roadside drains that collect rain water. So by the rainwater harvesting we can conserve the water. So student, your chapter is complete. I hope you understood this chapter. So read this chapter carefully.